Welcome back to the channel, Simple Living in the UK. I wanted to show you my growing space. I have over 200 feet of growing space and it produces enough fruit and veg for me and my good lady to eat over the growing season, plus in the winter as well. Food which we store in the freezers and food we dehydrate and can. So let's have a look what we got in the first part of my growing space. So in this section of the garden, I'm keeping it all for tomato growing. I've put all early vine tomatoes in this raised bed. I'm using raised beds because I find them really easy in this section of the garden. I can monitor the soil, easy to water, very easy to manage, and obviously really easy to harvest the tomatoes when they're ready. But they're doing so well. It's June and I'm starting to see signs of tomatoes coming. In this bed I've also got ground cherry tomato planted, so that's another lovely variety. As they come into producing, I'll show you close up. You can see I've labelled it all grown from seed, so it's a state medium vine tomato. It's been quite warm today, so I've given them a really good soaking. I tend to water every 2 to 3 days, but with this great soil and minimum disturbance, it's a fantastic blend of soil. You know, that's probably the most it's been disturbed for a while, but it's so nice. So that's a mixture of what the chickens do for me and obviously garden waste and bits and pieces, and then I mulch with grass over the top. So in this bed I've got the early cherry vine tomatoes again, and spring onions scattered around the edges, and the ground cherry tomatoes. This raised bed is all my salad leaves, so I've got 3 different varieties in here. Very old variety there which I've forgotten the name of, but that goes back to the 1800s, but it's been growing so well this year and no slug damage whatsoever. It's been a phenomenal season, but this is fantastic crisp lettuce. So with my lettuces, I just harvest the outer leaves. I don't take the whole lettuce, and harvest as much as we need for a meal. But this one bed has kept us in lettuce since early April. So any spoiled lettuce, nothing goes to waste. My girls will have that. Nothing's wasted. So this bed, I've been quite impressed with it, and I kind of worked out I could get 3 crops out of one bed. So on the front I've got spring onions, and then in the middle tomatoes, and then at the rear I've got French beans. This bed I kind of pushed my luck, and I started my runner beans quite early because the weather was so mild, and it's paid off, and the runner beans have really taken hold now. So I'm kind of ahead of the game as such, and I've mixed nasturtiums in with the runner beans to keep the black fly off as much as I can. These plants here are Jerusalem artichokes, and I've kept them in pots because they're so prolific and evasive, but it's a great food, great survival food. It's one crop you just buy once and you harvest forever. These will get a lot taller than this and they'll produce a yellow flower. They're from the sunflower family, so very easy to grow and big harvests. These are a few spare peppers that I had left over from my other section of land. I'll show you my other peppers, but these are a few I had left over, so I put them in some pots, 30-litre pots with the really good soil. I have a lovely apple, beautiful variety, and that produces quite a reasonable crop. So in 2 large pots I have red currant and white currant bushes. So this is my plum tree. It's around 3 years old. It's just starting to shed the smaller fruits. I have another apple tree which is so prolific it tends to snap the branches. I need to get some weight off of them limbs really. And this is my fig. So producing some nice figs this year because we've had such great weather. So I love the leaf pattern of the fig tree. So I've done some real exciting things in my life, but nothing's as exciting as growing your own flowers and vegetables and fruit. It's phenomenal. Once you start, it's so addictive. I really enjoy myself. And like you can see here, a lot of this was self-seeded from last year. Got nasturtiums here which are edible, the whole plant's edible. Everything in this garden, you know, you can eat. And then calendula, beautiful plant. That all self-seeded. Everything in this garden's kind of, because it's been 3 years, it's kind of like built its own ecosystem. It's really doing well in this 3rd year, and that's why I wanted to kind of share, you know, my garden and my growing with you and my self-sufficiency. Like, take this asparagus. We've had a harvest and it's flowering and going to seed. It's a very sheltered space, so things grow really well in a small garden, where my other space is more open, more exposed. So it does pay sometimes to have a smallish garden that's you know, really full. It really shelters it and keeps the wind, that cold chill off of it. So more peppers in this section of the garden. I've got some real hot chilies here, nice bit of spice to the food, some bell peppers, basil, which is going to go really well with the tomatoes. I've got some money maker, real prolific variety of tomato, and these have done so well and they put on so much growth. You know, it does help with the you know, really good soil. And that's another of the ground cherries. I've never grown these before, it's my 1st year, so really looking forward to a harvest. Late summer, early autumn I'll be harvesting them. And then I've got a bit of sage. In this section I have a sweet pumpkin grown from a pot, and the growth on this as well, it's phenomenal. So we're just starting to form the pumpkin now. It's amazing. That's the female, the flower and the pumpkin. And I love the leaves because they're so abrasive, like sandpaper. And then here, earlier on in the season, I loaded all this up with radishes, so they're coming to an end now. And I've got some wild rocket in here as a backup to my other beds, and some more lettuce. I don't think we'll be getting through all this lettuce, but the chickens will gladly indulge in all that. And then I've got some celery just recently seeded and planted. A small herb complex, so I've got thyme, parsley, chives, oregano and mint. So just a small little herb garden here. And within the garden we have a nice koi pond, which gives it a bit of a zen feel and is good for the ecosystem, especially the frogs, you know, with all the slugs. But it's so relaxing sitting in the garden, eating the produce and watching the fish. So I have a few bird feeders within the garden. I love attracting nature into my garden. They tend to reside in here. It's such a lovely space to be in, and even the birds appreciate it all. So I've kept the bird feeders going to keep them off my produce. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the brief tour of this section of my growing space, and on part 2 I'll show you the other section, which includes includes a lot more area and a lot more produce which we bring into the home. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you on the next one.